What's going on, y'all? Wembley here. We have some more streamer drama coming at you. This time, QTCinderella said some things that may have got her in some hot water with her preferred fan base. We're going to check out this video by Streamer TV and let's see what is going on.
In recent news, Twitch streamer QTCinderella appeared in a clip from a now private livestream with Vanilla Mace and KTB, in which she responded to accusations of being homophobic. The situation started during a collaboration livestream with fellow creators Vanilla Mace and KTB. During the stream, Vanilla Mace mentioned that viewers in her chat were complaining about homophobic jokes, saying that hanging out with certain people implied support for such views. QTCinderella responded by explaining her perspective. She stressed that she is an ally and not homophobic, asking viewers not to coach her on how to act. She spoke about growing up in a very religious family that included members who were racist, bigoted, homophobic, and transphobic. Despite this, she emphasized that she still loves her family and believes in responding to hate with understanding rather than hate, explaining that directly attacking someone who is prejudiced rarely fosters acceptance.
Yeah, so basically what she was talking about, because she was getting backlash because she did some collabs with FaZe. And I guess FaZe has a history of making some uncouth or off-color jokes. So she got some backlash. So the way she was explaining it, it sounded like to me that she was saying that she doesn't have to agree with somebody's opinion to either do collabs with them or to have a conversation, which I do not think is a bad thing at all. The second that we stop having constructive conversations with each other is when things just start going downhill altogether. You don't have to like somebody else's opinion to hear it and to rebuttal it in a respectful way. This whole thing, like the whole punch a Nazi movement and stuff that came out, physical violence because of words is just, it's stupid.
The second viral moment came on October 26th, when a user on X posted a clip from QTCinderella's now inaccessible livestream. In this clip, she threatened legal action against anyone who reposted her VOD without permission. She stressed that even though the VOD was unlisted, it remained her intellectual property, and reposting it without permission constituted taking advantage of her work.
I mean, technically it is her stuff, but then there would come into the legal dispute of fair use or not fair use, which is something for a court to decide. Not for somebody to say you can't copyright strike me or sue me because it's fair use. That is a defense in court, not a defense on the platform.
Warned that she would pursue legal action if necessary, including issuing a cease and desist or filing a lawsuit, and noted she was willing to spend around $500 to make her point and enforce her rights. This clip exploded online, and many saw it as hardline and confrontational. But soon after, the narrative evolved. QTCinderella came forward to clarify what really happened. She explained that her legal threat had been taken out of context and was not directed at critics of her discussion stream at all. Instead, she said it was about a different VOD, one of her singing streams. In those, she performs unreleased or personal songs and often deletes or unlists the recordings afterward because she feels embarrassed by her singing. Someone had apparently downloaded and re-uploaded one of those deleted, which made her feel violated and disrespected.
That's understandable. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, there's the side of the house that might like, well, if you don't want people to see it, don't put it on the internet, kind of thing, which is not a bad argument. But at the same time, if she doesn't want people sharing a vulnerable moment that she may or may not have gone out of her way to make sure that was only present for the live, then I think she's within the right to say, hey, can you please not put this out there, kind of thing.
Still, the damage was done. As clips circulated stripped of that context, many painted her as a creator, overreacting and silencing viewers. The backlash intensified, especially from LGBTQ+ audiences and people of color who felt her earlier remarks were tone deaf. The following day, on October 27th, QTCinderella went live again to issue a heartfelt apology.
I don't think the apology was necessary. I don't think it was necessary at all. If that's how you feel and that's who you are, then why are you going to apologize for it? Just because some people on the internet got upset with what you were saying, you shouldn't have to apologize to those people. It's their issue. They're upset with it. It's not your issue that they're upset with it. I just don't think she needed to, but I'm not her.
I'm really sorry. Like, I've heard what a lot of people are saying, and I am sorry for the hurt that I've caused people. If you don't want this apology, then it's not for you. And clearly you're not hurt, but I'm apologizing to people that I've hurt, and that's important to me. So if you're a part of the queer community and I've hurt you, I am sorry. If you are a person of color who I've hurt, I am sorry. The way I was wording things was very irresponsible and wrong, because it wasn't my intention, but I did articulate things very irresponsibly, and that sucks. Even some of the clips I've seen, I feel so irresponsible for my own wording. I really do.
Again, I didn't feel like anything she said was bad or irresponsible, or I don't even think her tone was even bad. But at the end of the day, if you feel like you want to apologize for something, then nothing's stopping you from apologizing. And obviously, QT feels like she needs to apologize. Cool. I just don't think it's a good idea to apologize to the people who try and take everything you say and turn it against you, because now they have more ammo to continue doing it, and they're never going to forgive you for this. They're not. The same people who are trying to hold you to that standard are never going to forgive you, even when you apologize for it. They're going to continue, and they're going to double down, and they're going to keep nitpicking every little thing you say from here on out, and they're going to tie it to this to try and make you look and feel bad, just regardless of if you do or don't, because they're like, oh, you've already apologized. You apologized over here for this. We want an apology for this now, and they're going to keep hounding you. So honestly, I don't think this apology should be happening, but she does, so she is.
I watched it back. I understand why it was hurtful. I've read the comments, believe it or not.
Out of the drama circulated around social media, Twitch streamer FanFan then catches heat for defending QTCinderella association with FaZe and dropping the "but there's a Gen side" line in the following post. Is it really a bad thing for someone like QT to give people a chance to learn and improve? She actively condemns things people say even when it's a joke made in bad taste. And from an outsider POV, it's evident she's taught people a lot about how their words hold weight and can be much more negatively perceived than they'd realized. There's so much more to her intentions than the phrase "you are not who you associate with" implies. And Emo criticizing her for this heavily nuanced sentiment that was just boiled down to one simple sentence discounts everything she's been working for, which has no doubt always been inclusivity and cohabitation.
Exactly. I think that was very well stated. Again, people are trying to come after her because she wants to have a discussion. She's not saying that she's not saying she's not condemning any of it. She just says that she is more open to have a discussion as opposed to condemning people. And that is how, and that's how that's the stance people should have. To me, that's it. That's a very lukewarm take. Or it should be a very lukewarm. There shouldn't be a hot take of any kind of whatsoever. There should not be an issue with this. There are people out there who have taken that and ran with it and made progress. Even people of color against groups like the KKK have made massive progress because they were willing to have a conversation. And the fact that that's all QT was saying is that she is willing to have the conversation to kind of try and bridge that gap and find an understanding. It should not be a bad thing, and it's not something that should be apologized for.
Just repeated what everyone was saying, LOL. How the f was I supposed to know anyway? Can't believe you're on Twitter RN when there's a genocide going on. Why didn't you highlight the part that said screaming at Jewish men and women who tried to enter the synagogue? I communicated them privately back when it happened. But if you must know, real-life individuals had real-life repercussions due to this business. But aside from all that, none of this has to do with QT anyway. Later on, FanFan talks about QT apologizing.
Yeah, so FanFan comes out and defends QT, and of course, all the crazy people come out of the woodwork and start trying to throw everything else at her to try and make themselves look superior to the person who made a valid point. Which, again, these are not the people you need to apologize to, because they're never going to accept your apology. They're going to continue throwing things in your face to try and make you look and feel bad regardless. So, yeah.
FYI, QT backtracking on everything now. I mean, what do you expect? What the f do you expect? Have you seen how much she's been getting? What do you want her to do? Like, this is why this so dumb. Is like, someone does something, people get angry at them for doing it, and then people get angry at them for apologizing as well. Like, what do you want? People
it's not a win-win situation.
But then they also shit on people for choosing a side and saying their opinion. Yeah. And then people talk shit about people for like just everything. Yeah, she's just getting shit for having normal reactions.
Heck.
Something that needs to be made very clear is this is never going to go away. This is going to be a thing forever. This is not going to go away. This is just how the internet is. You're never going to please everybody. And the more you try and please everybody, the less you're going to be yourself. The less you're going to be yourself, the more miserable you're going to be. Because you're always going to be trying to placate or appease every single person out there. And that's never going to happen, because there are people out there who just want to be angry, who just want to be a victim, who want to be important for some thing. They want to be the person, who are constantly trying to fit themselves into niche groups so they can be marginalized, because they want to feel important. They want to feel like they're here. So this is never going to go away. Doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter what you do, somebody's going to have a problem with it. And they're going to let everybody else know in their little social group that they have a problem. And they're going to try and bring those people against you as well for the smallest things. This is never going to go away. That's why, again, my opinion, you shouldn't apologize for it. Shouldn't apologize for it, because they're never going to forgive you anyway. There's no point to the apology other than try and make yourself feel better, because they're never going to say, okay, we understand, thank you. They're going to keep doubling down on it.
QC says QTCinderella apologizing makes the Phase Boys look racist/homophobic.
I'm really sorry.
That is true.
Hey, sorry for what? What did you do?
That is true, actually. If you think about it.
Again, if you don't want this apology, then it's not for you.
What did you do?
Clearly you're not hurt, but I'm apologizing to people that I've hurt, and that's important to me. Very
Chat. This
responsible and
inherently,
wrong,
genuinely,
and I'm sorry.
actually kind of makes some of the phase guys look like racist or homophobic. Like, if there's nothing to apologize for, right? And you make an apology, it means that there's wrongdoing. And
Correct.
you're kind of shoveling that back onto them.
This is not about me.
That's actually a very valid point. Because when you were saying it, you felt like there was nothing to apologize for. You're saying with your whole chest, and now you're backtracking on it. And now it kind of throws everybody that you were talking about in that conversation under the bus and makes it look like they are, in fact, a problem. Whether they are or aren't, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of or any phase content whatsoever. But yeah, XQC has a very good point. Is you're kind of throwing everybody under the bus. Like, I'm going to apologize for interacting with these people because it offends people, which means there's something to be offended about.
Ron and Lacey are confused about how FaZe became the face of homophobia after the QTCinderella situation.
I'm actually like so confused on what is like how do we always shit when we don't do anything?
I was just telling my shirt about this. In the last week,
Stop saying I have a headset, Dan.
2 streamers have gotten banned for sexual assault. One got accused of sexual assault, and another got accused of hurting their rabbits. And somehow FaZe is the trending topic of homophobia and racism because we did a girls' night.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, bro. We did a girls' night where we drank wine, did karaoke, ate food, and yeah.
How is that homophobic? How is that? And who all is in FaZe right now? Again, I don't know. I don't. Let's see if we can find out who all is in FaZe right now. You got Silky, Ronaldo, Lacey, Jason, FaZe Rap. This is actually a pretty weird site, but okay. How are those the actual current FaZe players or the FaZe members right now, or is there a difference? How are these guys the racists of the esports community? Seems like a pretty, again, I don't know if these are the actual people, because these are I don't know if they're caricatures or what, but they seem like a pretty diverse group of people to me. How are they racist? And how is having a girls' night homophobic? You know, I don't know. If you have an answer, put it in the comments below. Let me know.
I mean, so we're also just going to ignore the entire
guys.
Nick Merckx transphobia situation from a couple of years ago when he's one of the top shareholders of FaZe. Sure, there are some wonderful people in the org, but there have also been D-bags and consistently bad PR from the beginning. I don't really watch them, but wasn't it literally QT who said that Lacey is homophobic, says homophobic stuff in the clip? Maybe ask QT why she thinks that, and feels the need to say it on stream too. Asmon Gold looks like he's in physical pain watching QTCinderella's apology video.
Totally understand. Yeah, I get it.
He's not.
Now you owe me an apology. Because you said something normal, and you have kowtowed to the mentally ill, deranged freaks.
I agree.
On social media. And you have now given them more power over your life, over your career, over your autonomy, over your voice, over your expression, and over your stream.
Apologizing
It's what I was saying earlier, but he said it a little more eloquently. Exactly. Yes. I 100% agree with him.
for the way you interact with your own family
As he would
seems
say,
crazy
based.
to me. This is not a community, but a group of, who want to control you. The same method was applied in communist countries. If you did not share their ideology, you were sent to prison for re-education.
Yes, you
Miskif
were,
on
100%.
Amiru being violent to him.
I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
We're not talking about this one yet, but how is that equivalent? How is having a stuffed animal thrown at you, a plushie thrown at you, equivalent to you punching holes in a wall? Those are not the same thing. Are they both possibly acts of violence? Sure. But punching a hole in the wall is way more destructive than having throwing a stuffed animal at somebody. You know? Plus, Emmy's like, what, 5'2", maybe 70 pounds soaking wet? How hard is she throwing that plushie? I can't imagine very hard.
I one time did say I was going to kill myself during an argument, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me.
I've never seen Emu so happy. Good job failing, Ms.
Okay, that was a pretty good video. I don't know why we're talking about Emaru and Miskif. We'll cover that in the video at some point. Solid video, though. Again, Streamer TV. Link will be in the description. Here's my lukewarm take. QTCinderella shouldn't need to apologize for saying something that is a normal human take. Being willing to have a conversation with somebody you disagree with is not an extreme opinion. That is normal. That's how things used to be until we started letting the inmates run the asylum and started demanding people face words with violence or react with violence to words, to things, to a spoken indiscretion or whatever. She should not have had to apologize. I agree with Asmongold where you are giving in to people who are never going to forgive you, who are always the victim, and who are always going to demand blood for the smallest indiscretion. So, great video by Streamer TV. Link in the description. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. You can join us on Twitch live on, as you can see down below, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will catch you guys later on the next video. Bye, everybody.